The Brazilian First Division got underway this weekend. Vitória went to São Paulo to visit Palmeiras and ended up defeated by 1-0 with this goal by Lincoln. Palmeiras 1, Vitória 0 was the final score. The team hopes to get better now in the Brazilian Championship after failing to qualify even for the semi-finals of the São Paulo State Championship. Meanwhile, in Goiânia, Gaúcho State champions Grêmio went to play Atlético Goiás and ended up with a scoreless draw thanks in great part to goalkeeper Vitor, who made several difficult saves during the game. Rio de Janeiro State champions Botafogo hosted São Paulo State champions Santos at the Bardão Stadium. Antonio Carlos scored at 6 minutes to open the score for the locals. Botafogo 1, Santos 0. Neymar scored the tying goal at the 30th minute for Santos. Two minutes later, Andre would score again for Santos after receiving the ball just inside the penalty area. No chance for the goalkeeper there. Antonio Carlos would still score again in the first half in the 45th minute, tying the game again for Botafogo. In the second half, Santos would go ahead again with a goal by Eduardo on a perfect header just inside the area. Finally, 2 minutes before the end of regulation, Herrera tied the game and gave the game final numbers 3-3. Vasco traveled to Belo Horizonte to face Atlético Mineiro. Ricardinho scored the first goal for the locals, Atlético 1-0. Muriqui scored the second after a cross from the right to make it 2-0 for Atlético. Finally, in the second half, after a corner, Elton scored a lone goal for Vasco. Vasco 1, Atlético 2. Defending champions Flamengo hosted São Paulo at the Maracanã Stadium in Rio. Washington scored the first goal of the game in injury time of the first half. In the second half, Dennis Marcus scored the tying goal for Flamengo. Flamengo 1, São Paulo 1. In Porto Alegre, Cruzeiro scored first against Inter. Kleber on a penalty kick to make it 1-0. Tyson scored a header to make it 1-1. Kleber would score the second of the game and the second for himself, still in the first half. Kleber 2-1 Cruzeiro against Inter in Porto Alegre. In São Paulo, Atlético Paranaense scored first, Wagner Diniz from a free kick. Corinthians would tie the game with Souza, with a beautiful shot just inside the penalty box. Near the end of the game, Ronaldo scored on a penalty kick to give the locals a 2-1 final score. In Campinas, Mazzola scored in the 70th minute to give Guarani a 1-0 win over Goiás. In Fortaleza, Geraldo scored on a penalty kick to give Ceará the lone goal of the game against Fluminense. Avaí hosted Grêmio Prudente and scored the biggest win of the first match day. Emerson scored the first one, with William tying the game for Prudente. Emerson scored again to give Avaí a 2-1 lead. Roberto would score the third of the game for Avaí, 3-1. Caio would have the fourth goal of the game for Avaí on a beautiful shot from inside the box. Caio again would score the fifth goal of the game for Avaí with a far shot and a long shot from just outside the area. Emerson would give final numbers to the game near the end of the game with a 6-1 win for Avaí with 3 goals by Emerson.